That's my microphone. You want to see? This is a Shure MV7.
Oh no!
I knocked my phone, which is a webcam, off of the box that I'm using to keep it on. Only the highest quality items in the worst possible setup on my side here.
Pro streamer, but I love you anyways. So good.
Dude, it's a big cup too, dude. Like,
are you still using the glass
cup?
Vincent is sitting in the driver's seat and he smiles over at his lover, Annette. You all did it. You took control of the Akamaru corporate transport vehicle. All you got to do is get the package out of the back of the truck and sneak it into the city and deliver it to the scrappers. The rest of you are on top of the armored trailer trying to break into it from the outside of this transport truck. The large tech package you're supposed to attach to the drone transport vehicle that brought you here is inside the trailer, and it looks like as you rush through the dusty Badlands that once you find a way in, you should be home free. You're done. Quest complete. There's a whoosh as Sexual Healing, who is riding on the carrier drone, distances itself a little bit from the truck. Annette, the love of your life, Vincent, goes to give you a high five when his hand stops mid-air. You sit in shock as the blood, gore, and bits of bone from where his head used to be cover you in a fine, warm spray. In the windshield is a cracked hole where the ultra-high-powered shot must have come from. The rest of you feel a sense of vertigo as the truck suddenly begins to swerve. Some distance ahead of you is a security carrier flying your way. Digital sirens of the Ultramax security force piercing the air. I think maybe we should start this with initiative. All right, so we're going to do our first rolls, and we're going to start with a bang. I love starting in medias res for one-shots like this because it just makes sense.
Pretty uncool of Vincent to leave me hanging mid-high five.
Yeah, what was that?
Oh no!
Looking to getting a divorce.
So that'll give us, once again, this is an abstract grid. It's not like there's specific measurements. Anything within the same area is used immediate. Then it goes like short, long, and very long. There are precise measurements to those, but we're not going to worry about them right now. Just generally, if you have an ability or a weapon, it'll say if it's like immediate, short, long, whatever. We're just going to keep it abstract like that for now. This is mostly just to help us visualize a theater of the mind, because I've had some autistic players that have a hard time with like just theater of the mind without a little bit of something in the background. So don't worry about precise measurements on this one. Maybe later we might have something we would do something like that with, but for now, this is mostly theater of the mind that we're dealing with. What I would like to do, I'm going to add these guys in on your character sheets. In the skills tab, you are going to see all the skills have little d20s beside them, except for the one that says initiative. It's got a set of crossed swords. You're going to want to click on that for me. That'll bring up a box. Think of in D&D, if every time you wanted to do a roll, a box came up and it said any of the modifiers you could do in the system. Plug them in here and then you click roll. That's what this kind of is. Basically, this is any of the modifiers you could have in Cypher. You plug them in and then it maths the math for you, which makes it kind of easier because normally in Cypher, you're trying to hit a target number from 1 to 10. And what it is you're multiplying that by 3, and that's what you're trying to get on a d20. You'll notice some numbers, 7, 8, 9, and 10, are above that 20 number. So you need a little bit of help to reach those. So we'll get into how you do that in a moment. But for now, we're going to do some basic rolls. So feel free, if you're new to this, feel free to just click the roll button and let's just get some basic initiatives going on here. Okay, Brick. So you are riding on top of this truck right now. Let's zoom it in for everyone here. You're on top of this armored trailer for the Akamaru Corporation. You know that somewhere inside this armored trailer is the package you want. And you know it's a fairly hefty sized package since you needed like a drone carrier to get it out of here. But you have these max tac people coming in and one of them just shot a high powered rifle. You don't know exactly what's going on, but shit's hitting the fan. But before we get to your turn, Brick, your abuela said she had a feeling something was going to go bad this run. So she made sure you had 2 things on this trip. a clean pair of underwear, and one other thing. What is that one other item, not currently in your inventory, that you think she said you should have on this job?
Ooh, probably my boiler's probably a little superstitious, so it's probably a nice little rosary across.
Rosary cross. Okay. All right.
I might have said a bulletproof vest, but
You could have said anything there when we went with it. Yeah. Brick, you have you sort of touch the rosaries for a second. Think of your abuela, and yeah, what did you want to do in this situation?
All right, we heard the gunshot.
Yes.
I'm assuming we kind of feel the uneasiness of the cart. We see these armored guards. I have a handgun, right?
So you've got a Power Maul. You've got the Dainty Madam handgun, a light pistol, and also you're really good at your fists.
Yeah. I don't think we're close enough to I can start slugging it out yet. So
most of your abilities look like they're kind of melee based at the moment. Now the ship's heading in fast, but it's not quite to your reach yet.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I think we're gonna pull out Dainty Madam and pop a shot.
So in your combat tab, which is right beside your skills tab, you'll see the list of weapons there. So that beside the Dainty Madam, there's the little D20. You can go ahead and click on that for me. And I'm going to introduce you to a new mechanic that you're not familiar with. And this is applying levels of effort. And you don't have to do this, but I want to explain it. So one of the things you can do in this, if you want, is you can apply levels of effort to try and make things a little bit easier. It'll actually adjust what difficulty you end up hitting for every level of effort you can apply. You can apply a maximum number of levels of effort equal to your effort score on your character sheet. I believe you all have 1 right now. But applying levels of effort costs you from your pools, which your pools are, by the way, sort of like your hit points as well. So you're drawing from your pools for abilities, for applying effort, and if you get hurt. It's all about a resource management when it comes to this. So if you apply a level of effort, it's for the first level, it's going to cost you 3 points from your pool, but you reduce the costs of anything by your edge score on that. In this case, the Dainty Madam is going to probably be based off of your, it should be based directly off of your, it's set to any pool right now. So you see at the top there, it says base difficulty and then pool. You're going to want to make sure that's set to speed, because I'm going to assume that this shot's going to be based off of speed. Okay, so if you want to apply a level of effort, it's going to cost you 3 points from your speed pool, and you can apply it either to ease the task to make it easier. You can apply it for extra damage under the attack modifiers, and you don't have anything for extra other uses right now. It's up to you if you want to apply it. Otherwise, you can just click roll and you're good to go.
All right, we're just going to roll.
Ooh, not great. Okay, so beats difficulty.
Warning shot.
So you bang, you do the shot. It's kind of goes a little bit wide, pings off the armor of the vehicle type thing. Doesn't actually seem to pierce through. He's got armored windows, you think, in front of him, and only a little bit of area that you can see to actually try to shoot through. So it didn't actually quite beam him appropriately. Things in this game are really easy to figure out because everything is just a rating from 1 to 10. The bad guys have a level from 1 to 10. Items have a level from 1 to 10. Environments have a level of 1 to 10. So you always know you're just trying to hit something from level 1 to 10. If a GM is really nice, he will tell you what that target number is. I'm an asshole, so I don't do that. I just tell you if it's going to be really hard or easy or nigh impossible unless you apply effort or something. Actually, a lot of GMs, I think, do actually say the target numbers. That's just not my style. So I don't, unless it's very obvious, I don't tend to do that. So we're going to move on. And we go to the Monumental Ultramax Heavy, who sees you guys. And over a loud system, his action is actually not to fire at you, although you do see he has this minigun at his side, but he actually picks up the microphone for a loudspeaker, and you hear, "It's time. Give up, everyone. Now, pull the truck over, surrender your weapons, and you'll be going away for a long time. You hear me? This is your one and only final warning." And that's all he's going to do, because he wants to start with a warning. They are technically the police, after all. Sexual healing, you're hovering nearby on this like large like cargo drone thing. You're kind of like controlling it. You're like the computer geek hacker of the group. What are you looking at doing here?
So can I move this drone?
Yeah. I'm gonna say you're in full control over it. I call it a drone just because it's not set up like a full-on like airplane thing. Like it's just got seats on the top. Like it's not enclosed, and it's meant to be able to be controlled remotely. And I'm gonna say that you have control over it at the moment.
Okay. So I know we're doing more of like theater of the mind, but I also know how the grids work, and I know that I'm outside the range of being able to do what I want to do. So I would like to move up.
Move yourself where you want to move, and I'll like move the drone thingy with you.
How fast can the drone move?
I'm gonna say long distance.
I would like to go here if I can.
You're good. You're good.
All right. We're getting up close.
You're getting all up in their business. Got it.
So I have this ability here called Scramble Machine, and it says I can render a machine within short range unable to function for a round. Can I use that on their vehicle?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm going for.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and hit the little like coin pool point button on it. It should bring up the thing for you. It is still going to include a roll because you are doing it against like a target.
Oh man, of course.
Oh.
Now I started everyone out with an experience point because it was super nice. Experience points can be used for various things in the game, not just leveling up. You can use them for rerolls. You can use them to declare player intrusions. Did you want to accept that GM intrusion and let me mess with your life, or are you going to re-roll that?
I was going to use it for a player intrusion so that I could show off what those are, but I really need to re-roll this, guys. So.
Sounds important.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and spend the experience point. You can do the re-roll. Difficulty 4, unfortunately, is still not going to be enough. I mean, these guys are like they're more than your regular police force, and this is like one of their primo
enabler. I maybe could have used that beforehand. It allows me to gain an asset on tasks to discern level, function, and activation. I guess that's like more learning about machines. It's not really. Never mind.
Yeah, gain an asset.
Never mind. I don't think that would apply.
To discern the level. Yeah, that's about learning about it, not so much manipulating it. Okay, so try as you might. You're there and you're little like, well, explain to me what you were doing and then how it spectacularly failed.
I have one last question that may save me here.
Okay.
Could I have used my computer programming skill instead of just rolling it straight and using my effort?
I would have allowed that to, you're specialized.
I'm specialized in computer use. Yeah, okay. So I should have, I didn't notice that I thought they were tied, but they weren't. That's my bad. I should look at my character.
So you know what? I think in this case it would apply. And by the way, this is something I support in my games. I like my players to haggle with me. I know some GMs aren't big on that, but if you can convince me of something and I think it's cool, then we're going to go with it. So yeah, the computer use makes sense since you were trying to like hack them with it. I'm going to allow it to apply in this case. It doesn't always apply depending on what you're doing, but I will allow it to apply in this case because they're super computerized like carriers. So I'm going to say it applies and you're able to like scramble the machine so that they're having a hard time actually like maneuvering it around. It's sort of like stalled in midair where it is. I'm going to say it doesn't fall out of the sky, but it can't move on its own volition at the moment.
Okay. That's my action. That's everything. I've done enough haggling. That's the end of my turn.
All right. Okay. Then we got this heroic Ultramax soldier as like the thing suddenly stops and he shifts forward. You see him look up at you and be like, "Hey, what the hell is that?" And yeah, he is going to take, what do these got? These got like basic like rifles, for being the Ultramax people that they are. So he like lifts it, aims down at you and starts taking pot shots of you like sitting in your chair on top of this drone thing. So sexual healing, I'm going to need you. How would you like to defend against this since the players make 100% of the rolls?
Okay, I'm controlling the mech right now.
You're currently, you're like there, and you've got like, say, like a couple of like, you're doing like twin joystick things.
Where I need to know what this is like, because I'm like a Mech Warrior fan, right? So like, could I like turn the torso and like, block with the sides of the mech or something? You know what I mean? Like,
so instead of dodging it yourself, you want to try and like get the drone to sort of take it for you.
Take the hit, yeah.
The okay.
Drone doesn't matter. Yeah, like
that's pretty rad. I like that. So tell you what, I'm gonna say it's gonna still be a speed defense roll, but I'm gonna give you an asset on it because of the drone sort of like helping to take it with the bulk. So go ahead and roll your speed defense skill, and under assets, put it to 1. And a major effect. Oh my gosh. Okay.
A minor.
You're killing it. My gosh. Okay. So this guy, he goes, shoots. You hear the pink as it ricochets off. It ricochets off the drone. What is your minor? Do you have an idea of what you would want for a minor effect?
I do actually. So because I was like pushing in on them anyways, right? Like I ran at them and I'm like trying to block. Can I just have maybe like bumped the ship a bit so that he like, you know what I mean? It throws off his aim. Maybe like, because they're all standing on it, right?
So he's all unbalanced, and you're hoping to what, like make it so he gets like a hindrance on his next action type thing?
Yeah, sure. It's anything like that, or just like knock them all a little bit like sideways or something.
If it was a major effect, I might have allowed you to apply it to all of them, but it's only a minor one. So I'm going to say like one dude.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
I'm more than willing to do that. Let's just use one of the randoms here. He's not actually cursed. That's just to remind me he's got that. However, I'm gonna still mess with you a little bit, and you don't have any experience to say no. I would like to propose a GM intrusion on you. You don't have the experience to say no. So you will get to accept an experience and give someone else in the group an experience.
Well, Annette's husband died, so she can have the experience.
Thank you.
I probably won't be able to like attend the funeral depending on how this next few rolls go. So.
We might all be at the same funeral, so.
So what I've decided is you bump it in, you knock him out, and you go to like pull the drone back, and you realize the drone somehow got entangled with their ship. Something bent and curled in on each other, and you can't separate them. So take that, good rolls. So that's the main mechanic GMs have to mess with the players' lives. Since you don't do any of the rolls or anything, you just get to sit here and focus on the story. GM intrusions, if they accept them, it's a cost reward thing. If they accept them and get the experience, you get to really screw with their lives in pretty much any way you want, which is super awesome. You are entangled here with the drone. These guys are super hyper focused on the hacker now. Like they're not even like focused on the truck because you're just like messing with their, their stuff. So I hate to say this, but the other Ultramax soldier is going to be focusing again on you, sexual healing.
That's okay. It's for the loot.
Think of the loot.
Remember me?
Yeah, he raises his rifle and he fires at you. You think being entangled the way it is, unless you do something real fancy, you're not going to be able to use the drone to defend this time.
What's he shooting at me with? Just like a regular gun?
Yeah, just like a rifle.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, can I like try and get out of the way, I guess? Stay on the drone, but like get out of the way?
Yeah, so like just like duck forward or duck down or whatever, just trying to like dodge and weave for a second and then get back in the chair. Yeah, of course. So that would just be a normal speed defense roll.
And this is just one of the like the plebs shooting at me? The grunts?
Just looks like, I mean, they're all pretty beefy security guys, but yeah, not a great roll though. Not a great roll. So yeah, at the moment he is going to hit you. That is going to be 4 points to your might pool.
Okay.
Now, do you have any armor? You do not have any armor.
So that's
4 points to your might pool. As this shot just kind of like rips through like the side of you, like you're just like around your rib cage or whatnot. You're bleeding a little bit.
Sexual healing's like, oh man, I got shot.
And yeah, because it's this cyberpunk themed one, everything's kind of on the deadly side. So I should remind you of that. You're in a pickle right now. So that's
you opened with the driver's head exploding. I think you established that.
Yeah, lethality has been established.
Someone's already dead. Yeah. Like.
So the non-threatening Ultramax soldier, he's focusing on trying to get this machine like unlocked with your drone, but because of the difference between like what your machine is and he's actually unable to do so. So you just see like their like personnel carrier just started like wrestling around in the air, sexual healing sort of being tossed around a little bit, holding on for dear life. But thankfully nothing else really happens in that case. Trash Panda, here you are. You're sitting under the open skies just like you like, but you are on the back of an armored transport trailer. Why they dragged you out of your dumpster for this, who knows? This is going to be a tough spot. Thankfully, someone in the city owes you a favor that's going to help out with this job. Before we get to your first turn, can you let me know who owes you and what you did to earn it?
That would be Recycling Koala, my best friend. Do I know what the favor, or I guess it's just a favor, right?
It's a favor, yeah. Yeah, what happened? How did you earn this favor?
We were gambling a couple weeks ago, and he wasn't able to pay up his debts, so I loaned a couple whatever currency we would have been using to foot the bill for him. Yeah.
Well, keep that in mind. Recycling Koala, another little like street urchin like yourself, I guess owes you a favor. Interesting choice. I thought you were going to pick like the head of a corporation or something.
Oh, jeez. The Bulletproof Vest Corporation owner.
Oh, I could have got a drop. So yeah, you think for a moment, you're like, oh yeah, I got to remember. Koala owes me something. And then you're back to the moment and you realize, okay, there's like your drone, which you need to get out of here, by the way, is now entangled with their personnel carrier, and the package is still in the armored trailer. What's going on?
Right. Can we have more? What do I know about the package? Like, what are we trying to get into?
The package is a little bit smaller than person sized. It's not too heavy, but you think you're probably going to need brick to do a lot of the lifting in this case.
And do we know what it is? Like what this?
You don't know what the package is.
Okay.
No, that was not in the job. You just know you have to bring it back into the city to the scrapper's yard. There's a specific scrapper's yard that you're bringing it to.
Okay. Since I'm already on the truck, then I'm mostly focused on like what's our progress toward getting into we're like cutting into the roof is how I'm imagining it right now. Is that what's going on?
Right now, you're just kind of standing there.
We're just on it. Okay.
Yeah, you're just on it. You guys just got in the truck. Annette and Vincent had just like gotten into like the main part of the truck or whatever and like started driving off. Like maybe the original driver was thrown out and you're like, all right, we're good to go. And then bad stuff.
Okay. I mean, for probably his own personal safety and for the sake of getting this thing, he wants to try to scramble toward the back of the truck and see if while we're riding in here, if he can find any way to like lift the back gate of this thing up and then try to get in the trailer, I guess.
I like it. Okay, so the way movement works in this is relatively simple. So you can move. So for example, we would move you here. So if you move in the same area or an immediate area, you can move and do an action, or you can move a short distance and no action. Unless you want to make a speed task to try and do an action with that movement. So if you would like to, as you run to the back of the truck, because it's a pretty long truck, you would have to roll a speed task. So you see on your character sheet, you've got your might, speed, and intellect pools, and there's the little D20 icons there.
Yeah.
And it'll bring up the roller just like every other skill or weapon. Basically everything in Cypher is just a task roll when it comes down.
Sure. Okay. So I'm rolling speed here to get successfully to the.
Oh shit!
No.
Okay. Very well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fast.
You get there, like belly slide onto the end there. You've got a minor effect as well. So a minor effect is usually just like a minor bonus, like maybe a little asset to make something a little easier, or you found a little like tool or something to make your life easier, or something like that, something minor.
When the truck just swerved because our driver got killed, can I see like whatever latch I would need to move, just kind of swing, like to get the back? I'm imagining, like a moving truck, like that whole door has to go up. Whatever latch I would have needed to pull, I see it like come loose there as the truck swerves.
I like it. Okay, I will go for that. So I would still like an intellect task for you, just to sort of like figure out the remaining part of the mechanism. But in that intellect task, you're going to apply an asset. So you're going to see the assets. It's in the basic modifiers area. It's like the fourth one down.
Yeah, I see it.
So switch that to 1 and then click roll. Asset will make it better by 1.
All right.
So difficulty 5 is really good. That is definitely very good. So you're able to, basically, it was like one of those things that you had to like pull it up. You like use like a chain or something, pull it up, and it opens like 2 open doors, like swings out backwards, and you can see inside. You kind of like peeking upside down. Mostly empty trailer, except for like a small crate. That is definitely not your package, and then a much larger crate with like the corporate logo on it. That is definitely your package.
Okay, I guess, and then the last thing I would do is just tell my crew here, like, I got eyes on it, but we need to not get shot.
All right, their hacker is going to go. I like it. Annette, their hacker is. You don't realize their hacker's doing anything, and you're here still like just like covered in gore, in shock. No one's currently driving yet.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you see on the dash, it blue screens, but you see like there's like a countdown timer or something where you can quickly try to like take access type thing. So I'm going to treat this as you're going to be defending against the hacking in this situation. So
let's do it.
I would like an intellect defense from you, please, as you sort of, because I don't think you have any computer skills per se. You have a lot of skills.
I have machine interface here. For 1 minute, you gain an asset on task to discern the level, function, and activation of technological devices that you touch.
It's an enabler, so it doesn't cause an action to do. I would allow you to trigger that for sure. So it'll cost you 2 intellect points. So then when you do the intellect task, you're going to get an asset on it.
Okay, cool. Let me do some intellect task. How do I show that I'm like paying the points and stuff inside of Foundry?
Okay, so for the machine interface, when you click on the little coin thing, you can just click pay instead of roll.
Oh, okay.
And then you can roll because I don't think you have a skill that really applies, just a straight up intellect task.
And it'll like already be factored in. I can just hit roll and intellect.
And then just hit roll for the intellect, because it's 2 separate things, so they technically would apply differently for like edge and stuff, anyways.
Cool.
Okay, not great at the moment. So you have a chance. You can spend an experience point and do the re-roll if you would like, or you can just see what it comes.
Because I got an extra one from my good friend that's about to die.
Maybe in Foundry, right in the chat there, you'll see just above like where the 8 is, there's a little D20 right in the roll chat. You can actually just click that and it'll just re-roll it for you.
Oh, cool.
I think you're missing the asset that Ked said you would have had from the machine interface too.
Oh yeah. So it would be a 3, but it's still not enough.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You don't have to do that. 3 is enough. I forgot these hackers are only a level 3 creature.
Boom.
Hey, let's go. Teamwork.
Yeah. All right. Rules lawyer saved the day. Let's go. That's the way it goes.
Rules lawyer
that is
for
enough.
justice.
Awesome.
So you reach over just in time and hit the right button for like, do you wish to not confirm? Yes? Question mark. And you're like, you figure that out. You're like, well, that means no. And you like press the right button, and the hacker does not take control of your truck. So you're good.
Awesome. I'm glad we have that one anti-hacking button that I was able to utilize. Super handy.
Aki Ito. So you're hitting here, or you're standing here. You've got your nano sword on one hip. You got your Yoshimitsu 9mm pistol on the other hip, and you see everything that's going on. What do you think would be something Aki Ito would want to do right now?
Well, I mean, I know the back door, or I heard that we have eyes on the package itself. There isn't a lot of damage going downrange towards any of these guys that are shooting at us either.
True.
So, well, let me ask. So, like, as far as ranges and stuff go with this pistol, am I within a reasonable shot that I think I could, like, range one hit these guys?
Your pistol, so your pistol can do short range, which means like say 2 areas away with no problem. If you want to hit a little bit beyond that, it means that it's going to be hindered by 1 step. So you can still do it, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
Which guy would you want to aim at this point?
I'm gonna go for, I guess, this non-threatening Ultramax.
So he's like the pilot. I actually got I realized I got the image backwards, but he's like the pilot.
That's great. Right. Let's go for that guy.
That's a good play. Kill the pilot, and they'll all just crash somewhere.
That's
So
no driver
I
allowed
can
in this
unstuck myself before
We'll
that
put us on an even playing field with the enemy. Nobody has the driver.
So in your combat tab, you'll see the 9mm pistol in there. The Yoshimitsu 9mm. Click on the little D20 thing for it. At the very bottom where it says additional modifiers, I want you to click the difficulty from eased by to hindered by 1. Actually, you had it eased by 1 already. So just click it, just set it to eased by 0. I forgot you already had it eased. It's actually because in that case, it's because it's a light weapon. All light weapons are eased by 1.
Okay, cool.
So you set it to eased by 0 and you're good.
Eased by 0, and then I can just hit roll, yeah?
Yep, and just hit roll unless you want to apply effort.
No, we'll give it a shot. Oh, no, not great.
2 is not enough. It's sort of like it pings off the window near him, and you see the whole thing shake a little bit. He's like, just fuck. You take that little pot shot thing there, and then you're in this area. If you want to move anywhere, we could still roll a speed check. If you want to move to like the back of the truck, otherwise we're good, and you're just kind of stay where you are.
Yeah, I'll hang out where I am.
Annette, we finally get to you in the truck that is now like starting to swerve a little bit as like the headless body's like slumped forward onto the steering wheel.
Yeah. So, my move is going to be to take control of the vehicle. I'm going to have to push the intense trauma of the moment down to process later in the shower. So right now I'm just going to kind of push what remains of Vin out of the way and take the wheel.
So you want to take the wheel, try to like steady the truck. I would like you to roll your pilot ground vehicles skill. In this case, I won't state a pool just because like we know what skill you're going to be using.
Yeah. And I'm pretty great. Does this now, like, this is my whole deal. Do I feel like this is going to be something super difficult for me to accomplish, or is this going to seem...
Well, here, before we do that, I would like to propose a GM intrusion.
Oh.
So in the right-hand side in the dice roll column there, you'll see an accept or refuse button. If you click refuse, it costs you an experience point. If you click accept, you get to choose who you give the experience point to, as well as getting one yourself.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I'm like that.
That's fair. You know what? I'm going to take it, and I'm going to give the additional XP to sexual healing, because I owe the guy and he's about to die.
Return the favor.
Thank you. Yeah.
He's in hot water right now. Yeah. That's right. So the shot that killed Vincent did more than that. It actually looks like it somewhat damaged the steering column. So I'm also going to say that it is going to be hindered by 1 step for you trying to control this truck.
That's great. Awesome. Whatever, let's do this. Okay. So when you say it's damaged, what does that mean exactly? And like,
so I'm just applying a hindrance to any ground vehicle like piloting rolls that you're making with this truck. Like it still works, but it's like really hard to turn and it's kind of jittery and stuff.
Power steering's broken.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Like power steering's gone on a semi.
Okay. Okay. If before I saw that the steering wheel was all jacked, it didn't seem like a super difficult task to me as the professional driver that I am.
No, it looks like it's going to be a fairly easy task normally, a little bit harder now, but like it's not something you think you would normally have to apply effort for or anything. You're just straightening a truck that was starting to swerve.
Okay, awesome. So what I would like to do is activate my subtle Cypher, slow and steady. Activate the Cypher as a part of your roll. You do not have to roll the die and instead can treat it as if you had rolled a 10.
Oh, damn. Okay. I like that.
So
I like that.
I'm just going to center myself and remember what Vin always told me, which is that it's all about family. And so I need to protect our crew. and make sure that we get to where we need to go.
Now, there's no button for like using a cipher in Foundry or anything. You can like, if you wanted, you can like, you alt click the name like I just did there, and it like shows it in the chat. Otherwise, there's a button there that almost looks like a little cardboard box. If you click at it, it just archives it. So that if like, say it's an ongoing effect, you know, you've used it, but like it's still there. So you're not like, oh, what did it do again? So yeah, so you just rolled a 10. So you don't actually have to roll. That's pretty awesome. I like it. So yeah, you don't like roll out the truck or anything with all your friends on top of it, which is what I was kind of hoping was going to happen, but that's fine.
I can tell.
Yeah, you take control of the truck. You've got Vincent. Somehow, I'm going to say even with that, because you rolled a 10, like a difficulty 10. I'm going to say you actually managed to actually fully swap places with them. So you're not just like reaching over and doing it. You're actually in the slightly warm, wet seat of the drivers and steering it at the moment.
Nice.
Brick.
All right. What I'm thinking, because we need to get sexual healing away from this, can I jump onto the drone?
Ooh, that is a distance, but I mean, you can always try. I'm going to let you know that is not going to be easy. You are going to want to apply effort for that. It's going to be, you have an actual jumping skill, which is super nice. Yeah. So if you roll the jumping skill, you're going to want to apply effort for it, and you're going to want to roll good. But you can always try.
Save me, Brick, I got shot.
And I don't think in equipment, you've got gyro arms and subdermal armor. You don't have like fancy legs or anything.
No, it's all arms. I'm Jax from Mortal Kombat. So
tell you what, I can give you a suggestion if you want.
Yes.
So player intrusions is when you spend an experience point and you kind of like get a little DM power for a second. If you've ever played a game like Fate, for example, where you can kind of like sort of like take control for a second and be like, I want to say something here. You can do that. In this case, you do have awesome cybernetic arms. I would let you do a player intrusion to try and jump from using your arms instead of your legs without like any weird penalties or anything.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pretty much you use the pistons built into the arms to help leapfrog. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So it costs you an experience point, but when you roll the jump, and I'm going to give you an asset on this because you've got super fancy cyber arms. So you're going to roll a jump. You get to apply an asset as well. So you can set your assets to 1, and you're probably still going to want to apply an effort.
Okay, so pretty much just hit the roll item, and then it'll bring up a dialogue.
Yeah.
Okay, and then hit asset to 1.
Yeah.
And
then effort to ease task, you're going to want effort to ease task at 1 as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah, make sure it's set to cool as might. I must have forgot to set that for you.
Yeah. Okay. So I got 1. Okay. Let's go for it.
Oh, that is really good. Yeah, I mean, you eased it by 3, so of course it's really good. Okay, I'm going to make it that you are just barely able to make it to the drone. So why don't I make your life interesting? And I would like to propose a GM intrusion. Now, you should be at 0 experience right now, so I think you have to accept it.
Yes.
So you get to give that on, you get to click accept and then click another character to give the other experience point to. So you get 1 experience point and you give an experience point to another person.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and give 1 to Akaido so he can maybe pop a shot and hit the pilot again.
That's fair.
I like it.
That's fair. Okay. You managed to get there, but because you jumped off with your arms, you actually had you were there feet first instead of arms first. So you kind of hit off the drone, managed to only barely hang on. So you're not standing on the drone so much as hanging off the side of the drone. And that is definitely going to be all. That was a good distance. That's all you can do that time.
Yeah.
The Ultra Max Heavy. Okay, so the Ultra Max Heavy, he picks up the minigun. You hear through the loudspeaker.
We'll give you a chance. It's time to meet your makers now.
And he sort of drops it, and you hear the beep as the minigun spins up. He holds it up towards you, sexual healing, and then aims it left towards the truck. And Annette, you've got a minigun suddenly, like you look out the driver's side window and you just see the guy like spinning up the minigun and you're like, oh shit.
Oh no, yeah.
So you've got, I would say, a couple of choices here. You can just personally try to protect yourself, in which case it's a speed defense, so like duck down and not get hit. But the truck might get hit a little bit worse. Or you can attempt to violently swerve the truck.
Which might dislodge my buddies up top.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming, since we've done similar missions before together as a crew, so I am going to make the assumption that my boys know what's up, and I'm going to start swerving violently.
Good luck, guys!
All right. Yeah.
All right. In that case, instead of a speed defense, you'd be rolling. I'm assuming your piloting ground vehicle makes more sense in that case. And depending on how you roll, how difficult it's going to be for them to suddenly hang on.
Okay.
As Akihito and Trash Panda may suddenly find themselves in the air.
I do want to make it as easy as possible for them. So I am going to spend effort.
Okay. That's fair.
So let's do the thing. Okay, so pool, speed, skill level, trained. So I just tick the effort thingy here.
Yeah, so effort, ease, task. You're going to want to set it to 1.
Okay. Cool deal. Let's do this.
That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty good. I'm gonna say 5 is high enough. Like that's your buddies are not going to have to make rolls. You guys, you're taken off guard for a second. Especially Akihito, who was like standing up and shooting, versus Trash Panda that was like laying down. Like Akihito, you almost add like ass over tea kettle, like off. You're out of everyone, probably the most nimble, and you just catch yourself. You're fine. He's still gonna do some damage to the truck, but not as much. So you do see that there's some damage happening there on the truck. And there's like a little bit of smoke coming out of the engine, but it's not enough. Like the engine's not hurt enough that it's stalled or anything, but you think something got hit. And if you push the truck too hard in the future, something bad could happen maybe.
Bummer.
Heavy. We're back to sexual healing. You are in this situation. What are you doing?
Yeah. I have this, I was looking through my character here. I have this integrated deck. Does this work with controlling the mechanical computer system of the thing that I'm on?
Cyberware. When taking action, you can take a second action. Oh, so if you take, I forgot you had that. You have the integrated deck. If you take like a hacking action or something like that, you can do basically a second action as well.
Nice.
Okay, as long as I'm trying to hack somebody.
Yeah, because basically you get a free like computer action, so to speak.
Can I hack the minigun?
Yeah, it's the future. Sure.
Right? Yeah, like I'm sure he's got some automated targeting system. Can I hack that?
Yeah, it's like a smart minigun. I'm not even gonna request a player intrusion for that. I never even thought of that. I like that. Okay.
All right, cool.
Let's hack the minigun.
He has to pay a monthly subscription fee to do that.
Yeah. It's Tesla branded and you have to unlock it.
I would like to. So it says here I can render it unable to function, or I can hinder any action by the machine or by someone attempting to use it for 1 minute. I would like to do that to the minigun.
Okay, so it's like it'll be semi-jammed up or something. You'll still need a roll associated with. Oh yeah, you're good. You're fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
This minigun, like there's like a grinding sound, and it's like not turning smoothly anymore.
Excellent. Right. And then, so that was my hacking action. Can I try to unstuck myself or unstuck the machine I'm on from the thing?
You can certainly try. You don't have any sort of piloting skills or anything. So that's going to be a straight up. I'm going to give you a choice.
Use my machine interface.
You
get NASA or no?
You can ask them to discern the level, function, or activation devices. That's more about knowing about it. Yeah, so I would say I'm going to give you a choice between speed or intellect, depending on how you want to do this. Whether you're just trying to like wiggle your way out, or actually like thinking through, being like, all right, if I unhook it here.
I'm gonna do speed. I've pretty much put effort on everything because I'm like, it's a one shot. Who cares? Whatever. If I die, I die. It doesn't matter. I'm not AFK. So we're good.
All right. 4, I'm going to say, is enough. 4 is going to be high enough that you're actually able to free your drone carrier thing from this like stalled out personnel carrier.
All right, we're unstuck. The machine gun's fucked. We're good. That's my turn.
That's your turn. All right, the slightly unstable Ultramax soldier who you'd like sort of knocked off kilter. He's looking around, realizing what's going on. I mean, the only person he can really like focus on right now is sexual healing. So sexual healing, you're getting another pot shot taken at you from this the heroic Ultramax soldier. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to rewind that. He's the heroic Ultramax soldier. Screw that. He drops his assault rifle and he's jumping towards you with his knife.
I've never seen it. Nice. He's gonna knife me. What is this, Call of Duty?
So he's only got a limited range, so his turn is to just jump over onto the drone, but he's still going to be unstable for his next action, like his next rolled action against you. So he's still unstable.
With a knife in my face.
But yeah, now there's a guy just like, and he's got like combat mode knife where it's like, you know, behind the hand and stuff like that, and he's like,
I like reach into my bullet wound and like fucking fling some blood at him. I'm not going back. You can't make me. Bring me there in a casket, motherfucker.
The foolhardy Ultramax soldier. He's kind of going to do the same thing. You know what? They're seeing you getting free. They're going to jump over. He's actually seeing Brick hanging off the side. He's like walking up to Brick, like grin on his face. He can't do anything yet, but you think like he's doing that thing where like his boot is heading towards your hands, but he's not there yet. Non-threatening Ultramax soldier, aka the pilot. I'm going to assume he's just there keeping the ship steady, trying to free it at the moment, especially since he's got pot shots from Akihito coming in at him, and then like the ship's kind of stalled out. So he's just trying to get control, and so far it hasn't worked. Trash Panda, so you're here hanging off the back of the truck.
Yeah.
What up?
Do I have any reason to believe that the item inside this package could be of use to us in this very situation?
You by default you don't know, but can you convince me otherwise?
Like what? Do I know what corporation are we stealing this from? Like what?
You were hired by the Scrappers people to like bring it to them.
Okay, but yeah, who are we stealing it from? Like what might this product be?
Oh, you're stealing it from like a military corporation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I want to go to the package and try to open it.
Okay, so you crawl in. I'm not gonna make you roll for that because you're like right there. You just kind of like flip in or whatever. So you crawl in and you open the package. So I'm gonna make you make a I'm gonna say an intellect task. What do you got here? You got lock picking. And one thing you'll notice, some of you have really weird skills that like seem like long titles and stuff. Cypher does not have a skill list. It gives you suggestions on things you can take, and then you're supposed to haggle with the GM because the GM just tells you might, speed, or intellect, and normally you're like, hey, I've got this skill. Does it apply? Because there is no set skill list because it's universal system. You never know what you need.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say lockpick.
Yeah, I see. I have a. Okay, so yeah, is this for opening the container? Because I see I have it identifying things as well. If that were maybe more appropriate, but we'll go with lockpicking. Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to actually give it to you. They assumed that the truck was going to be secure enough, and they were kind of like, you know, that this wasn't like a big like protected cargo run. They thought they were flying this under the radar, so it wasn't in the most protected equipment. 3's not bad, all things considered, and you're fairly adept at lock picking. You're able to just get it open. You open it up and you see inside what looks to be some sort of like robotic exoskeleton suit.
I want to try to yell that to my friends And then there's a robot suit in here. That's my turn.
That would probably be your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
We got a live one. All right, the hacker. Ooh, the hacker sees you pulling the drone away, and the hacker's like, "No, get back here!" And sexual healing, the hacker begins to try and like take command of the drone from you. So, if you would like to sort of like counter hack this would be like your computer use to do so.
Yes.
Hack off.
Let's go.
Hack off.
I'm not going to use effort because I need to save some points for,
From what you see, like she doesn't look like she's in top gear or anything like that. Like
she's
you
a
see
scrub.
her, she looks like she's like newbie, like unpaid intern hacker.
Oh yeah, sexual healing like looks. He's like bleeding out, and he's like, "I'm halfway in the grave, and I can still kick your ass." Like bleeding out, like.
I was hoping for that.
I got this. Hacked with like one hand while he's like trying to keep his like blood in him, like.
You're able. You like not a problem. You see it like begin to come up, and you just like you've pre-built like a thing in it, which just has a button that says no, and you just press it, and it just kicks her out. It's completely unsuccessful. She is not high enough level to deal with that. Akihito, you took some pot shots. You see like the drone finally got like free, although there's a couple of guys on there, but you also heard Trash Panda like super excited in the truck there, being like, "Robot skeleton thing."
I did hear that. Now I have a question. Let's say if I moved to like the front of the truck. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. We swerved the truck.
Yes.
Does its position change where it's at? Since it was
I'm not going to move it in like the grid
Okay.
or anything. I'm not going to say it swerved enough to like move it that much. To
Okay.
give you a rough estimate for if you do like precise movements in the future, an immediate distance is still like, oh shit, I don't know Imperial measurements. We use metric, 3 meters. And then like a short distance is like 15 meters, like it goes up exponentially.
Okay. My question is, if I move to like the top of the cab of the truck, am I able to do anything else at that point, or would that just be?
So if you move up there, because you're moving a short distance, you do need to make a speed roll just to do another action as well as move.
Okay, and then my question is, if I'm up there, does that put me closer that I'd be within like short range of the pilot?
Yeah, if you move up there, then you're closer to the pilot. You wouldn't be hindered anymore.
Then that's what I want to do. So I got to make a speed roll, you said, right?
Yes. So it's just a straight up. Actually, do you have running or anything like that? No. Okay. Well, yeah, because you're more of a leader type. So yeah, just a straight up speed roll. So just click on the die by the speed pool there. It's a fairly easy roll. Oh, you got it. You're fine.
Awesome. So now we were talking about ciphers, and this one just sounds really interesting. It's a short range, which is the reason I needed to get that close. So I have this one called Immobilizer, where I direct one end of the cipher at a target within short range. The subject is attacked by a mass of rapidly expanding and hardening foam when the target is held immobile in a hardened mass of foam for 1 hour. After which it just turns to powder. So I figure if the driver can't move, he can't control the truck.
This is good. I like this.
So that's
like my plan, but better.
So that's my goal. Is I would like whatever I have to do to use that. I would like to use this cipher to immobilize the driver. I probably should use it on the guy with the minigun, but I'm going to take the driver out because
I
feel
like
that
it.
The minigun's been hacked. You're good.
Yeah. So what do I need to do now?
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're using the immobilizer. So in this case, it's kind of loose on which task rule we use on ciphers depending on the description. In this case, it sounds like it actually like shoots something like a foam projectile. So I'm going to say it's a speed task in this particular case. And it's like an attack. So I'm going to give you an asset on it. So when you roll the speed task under the assets in like the fourth box down, just set that to 1.
Okay, assets. I'm in that. Oh, assets set it to 1.
Yes.
Cool.
then you can click forward.
And just because I have that extra experience point, if I want to use that just to make sure that it works.
You can use that after the fact.
Use that after, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go ahead and.
Oh, you got it. All right.
Yeah.
The pilot was a 4, so you got a 5, so you beat it by 2 technically. So you describe to me like the window's only open that little bit. Describe to me what just happened as you launched this canister thing in there.
Yeah. So I feel like sizing up this whole situation, holster the pistol that obviously didn't work before when I tried to shoot him, and then I guess just be like, all right, this is a better move, and just pull out. Yeah, I imagine it's like a canister grenade looking thing, and then just kind of eyes narrow and just throw this thing right into the window to watch it just. I just fill up this whole thing with a big old mass of foam. So also now I'm assuming that means he can't see, and 2 he can't move. So maybe the people on the top don't know that their driver is stuck.
So the other 2 people in it, think of like there's like side doors on the ship, like they're like in the ship.
Okay, gotcha.
So this was successful. I'm gonna say like you go like the foam just goes and like it's just full up, and like you see the other 2 people in the thing sort of a little concerned as the ship like wavers a little bit, and then suddenly just like nose dives into the ground, exploding, killing all 3 of the people on that ship.
Yeah.
They're done.
Wow. The drone wasn't attached to it anymore,
No,
right?
I got it just in time.
Okay.
That was
freed
part
the
of
drone.
I thought that through. I was like, this could be bad. So
that was a very
Excellent.
good use of a Cypher. My gosh, yes. So Annette, like you can hear like someone walking on the top, and then you just saw that, and there's like an explosion to the side that like eventually goes behind you, and you're like, holy shit.
But there's no longer a guy pointing a minigun at my head, right?
There's no longer a guy pointing a minigun in your head. The only guys you see left from the security force are the 2 on the drone.
Okay, and they are up there on the drone with Brick and Sexual Healing.
That is correct.
Yeah. How you said that the truck got damaged that we're in. Is it like? Do I feel like it's in like really bad shape, or what are we looking at here?
The steering column's a little screwed up. Like you're having a hard time steering it, and you're definitely hearing the like like every once in a while from the engine.
Okay. So I'd like to propose a player intrusion.
Okay, let's go.
Well, we're in super future times, obviously. So
Yes.
I'm going to assume that the interface that I'm looking at here, where the young woman tried to hack me, that I can turn on like a kind of like a self-sealing system on the truck that will kind of help make up for any of the damaged parts that there are, to kind of like keep it from eating absolute ass if we take a corner or something.
Oh, I like that. Yes, I will definitely accept that. So go ahead and spend your experience point. Yeah, I'm gonna say what I would still kind of like to make a roll as you like put this together. Make a vehicle repair roll for me, please. Apply 2 assets to it.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, that's more than enough. So you explain to me what happened here. What do you pressing the buttons, and then what happens in the engine?
So I can feel that the steering's jacked, which I was dealing with, but now I'm afraid that the whole back of the truck might break loose or jackknife or something. So I start kind of messing with the interface as well as I can while still driving, and I notice that they have an amazing secondary system that I've read about in the manual before, and so I just punch that sucker and turn it on.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. No. That's it worked. Yeah. It went from the to now it's just purring along again. Everything's been sealed up, and even the steering column. I'm going to say like something. You don't know if there's like a secondary reservoir for the steering fluid or something, but like it seems to be smoother again, and then the truck's working.
Awesome.
Wow.
All right. Brick, you're hanging off the side here. You got like this like guy with this shit-eating grin coming up to you, being like,
Gonna knock you off.
All right. Can I, since we have some sort of hydraulic system built into my arms, push myself up and either tackle him or use the momentum to push him off.
I like it. You know what? We're going to kind of continue over that player intrusion. I'm going to sort of like let it happen again. Make a jump check again, apply an asset. And we're going to say it's from your arms, like throwing you into the air. And then like mid-air, you can be like, hoopah, falcon punch.
All right, so there we go. All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you jump, hand jump wherever you want to hand jump. And yeah, you're gonna get to punch him pretty dang good. So I gave you 2 unarmed because you've got kind of like a light hit and a heavier hit with your punches. And you've also got your power maul as well. It's up to you what you're using here.
It probably will be power maul.
Power maul. So you're just coming up with this giant hammer. Just
yeah. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So swing that, and we'll just roll.
Oh, not great, unfortunately. So you have the option. You've got experience. If you wish to do a reroll, you can.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, go ahead and lower experience by 1, and you can click the little reroll button right in the chat there, right where the roll popped up. Mucho better. Okay. Yeah, that is pretty good, actually. So you're going to be doing a base of 7 damage by the looks of it. How much health does he have? Didn't knock him completely. If you had an effect, I could have had you knock him off, but you do harm him. So you rocket up out of nowhere. He seems completely surprised as like the hammer like trails up behind you, and you just hear this like sickening crack as it goes like caves in the little armor that he's wearing. Yeah, and now you're standing firmly instead of hanging off the edge of the thing. Actually, the guy probably looks up at you after he had that like grin, which is now completely gone, and he's like, I'm sorry. Sexual healing. So you got like the things going on behind you with Brick there, but you also got this one guy coming in at you, the guy that's still a little shaky on his feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, oh bro, call an ambulance. But not for me, and I pull out a fucking taser and
I forgot to give you a taser.
I have a taser, yeah, I pull out a taser.
The Don't Tase Me Bro branded taser, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm using effort. +1 damage.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Okay.
On the guy, not the guy that was attacking Brick, the other guy that was in my face.
He not only takes damage, so like the 5 damage, but
yeah, he's got the knife.
On top of being like shaky, you've just stunned him with a taser.
Yes. So what I feel is he's just kind of standing on top of this drone, right? That's like flying in the air.
Yeah.
So like, could I maybe, I don't know, just turn this thing around and I can fly really fast back to like the truck and maybe have this guy just fall off?
Oh, as part of your movement?
Because he's like been tased. Yeah, as part of my movement, right?
I mean, normally piloting something is an action in and of itself, but you're kind of, this is part of your, like you're plugged into it because of what you are. So I would consider this one of your computer actions. So
that's what I was thinking.
Because you're doing it, I will allow it. If it's someone else, I'd say no. Oh. But yeah, I would say so. So I'm just gonna say he's gone. Like he's dead.
Yeah, he looks all he's like, oh man, shit, this guy might actually need help, and then I like fucking tase him and like do like a 180 and just send him flying.
Wow, that's awesome. So he's just like, and then you like tip it, and he's like, no. Just like hits like the desert below you because you're over like dusty badlands. There's like he hits that one cactus that like the entire region and just
gets stuck to it. Yeah, Brick sees like the other. He sees Brick and he's like, "Ice this fool, Brick, so we can get out of here."
So this foolhardy Ultramax soldier, he like looks around. All of his buddies are gone. This guy with these like super mecha gorilla arms is standing there in front of him with a power maul, and he just like drops his weapons. He's like, I give, oh my god, oh I give. So like that's gonna be the end of combat. Describe to me, Brick. He's in front of you. What are you doing? Are you being nice or are you doing something to him?
I look to the rest of the group. We need this guy.
Kick him off.
You need this guy. You need this guy.
No witnesses.
Yeah, grab him and just chuck.
I think he was the one that shot me too.
Okay. So we're gonna go back into theater of the mind for a second. So you take control of the truck. This spree of Ultramax security guards seem to be gone at the moment. You're doing good. You've got the package and everything seems good. You now know what's in the package. Is there anything in particular? Are you messing like Trash Panda? You're the only one in there like looking at this thing. It's brand new. It's shiny. It's got like built-in guns and missiles and shit on it. Like, are you doing anything?
Trash Panda was definitely, if he's in the truck, he probably has a sense that the situation has resolved, like hearing no more bullets flying or no more explosions and stuff. But he's probably halfway through taking one of the guns off of this thing, at least that he planned on using.
All right, so you're already like scavenging parts off of it and stuff like that.
That's what I do.
It's mostly there. It's mostly there. I'm not gonna make
they won't notice if one of the guns is gone from this thing. No. So
all right. And I'm gonna, in this case, I'm gonna say it's got infinite ammo type thing. I'm not worrying about ammo in this particular run.
Sure.
I do ammo in some games, and I don't track them one for one. I do depletion ammo kind of like the way the Alien RPG does, where like you have a rating of 1 to 6. Every time you like use the ammo, you roll, and if you get that number or lower, then it depletes by 1. So it's like cinematic and kind of tense. When you get down to that like 1 or 2, you're like, I don't know when it's gonna run out. I'm not gonna worry about it for a one shot like this. But I'm also not a fan of tediously keeping track of like, I have 13 arrows. I used 4 arrows. Now I've got this many arrows. Not fun. But yeah, now you got this little suit rail gun thing, and it acts as a medium weapon, but it hits pretty good.
yeah, I'll just like shove that into my giant coat that I'm wearing.
Are we going to take like a 5-minute break?
Yeah, I've been actually kind of dancing in my seat. I need to walk
yeah.
So I think this is probably a good time for us to take a break. So yeah, go ahead. Let's take like a 5, 10, whatever. When we get back, we get back. So everyone take a bit of a break. I could certainly use it.
All right.
We are all back. Welcome back. We will get back into this as we have just, they have, I'm playing the bad guys. They have just secured the truck, gotten rid of, through one means or another, the security people that were chasing them down. You'll still see like smoke in the distance as you drive away. Trash Pandas, like you've kind of like taken a thing or two off, shoved them in your pockets, close it up. You're like, oh yeah, untouched. Here it is. You have the package. Doesn't matter whether you fly or drive it into the city, but the checkpoint guards may have questions. Now, you could bribe the guards or maybe try to sneak it in or something else altogether. But first, you guys receive a call from McCready, the head of the scrappers you're bringing this into. I'm going to say, Akihito, you're probably the most sane, stable one here, as you were like, you used to be like a corporate, like goon type thing. Like you're very like level-headed. You're probably the one that gets the call. You were like the contact for the group. And yeah, McCready gets is calling you. Are you going to be answering it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's answer this call. I do have a smartphone in my inventory, so I feel like that's...
Give you phones for a reason. All right, so yeah, the call comes in and you hear a voice.
Okay.
Yes?
Dr. Vineshi here. Bunch of gangers decided this was their new home. We're tied up and beaten pretty badly. If you can get our horses out to this fire, we'll triple your pay for the job. Careful though, the boss is... Hey, what? Back off! No, stop! You're breaking the baker, stop!
And then the call just ends.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, so I'll look to the rest of the crew here and say, it's gonna That was McCready, and apparently they're all tied up and bleeding, and there's a bunch of people that kind of took over that place. So, where he's at. But if we get him out of there, they'll triple the pay.
Well, there's that.
Plus,
I'm also kind of bleeding. Clutches bullet wound, like pops up some blood.
It's a good point. Yeah. So first of all, we should take it, but we should stop him bleeding and do something with poor Vince, man. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Vince.
We're going to get into the next new mechanic here, and this is recovery rolls. Now, you are going to notice on your character sheet in the combat tab, you've got it says damage track and recovery rolls. You're currently probably all at hail, which means that none of your pools have gone to 0. You're not getting minuses in anything. And your recoveries are probably all going to be at 1d6 plus 1. Basically, think of them almost like a second wind type situation from D&D. You get one as an action, one that takes you 10 minutes, one that takes you an hour, one that takes you 10 hours. Some of you might have like a double action one or like different setups for that. But basically they allow you to heal yourself without having to use healing items or ciphers or applying first aid on each other. And I'm going to assume getting back into the city, you're spending at least an hour doing this. So you could spend multiple recovery rolls if you wished, if you were hurting and you wanted to sort of like get yourself back up there if you're missing some pool points.
How many can I use right now?
Yeah, I mean, so I would love to help. I have a first aid kit as well.
Yeah, and you can
that'd be
apply
great.
first aid to someone, and that's pretty easy to do. What happens is you determine how many pool points into what pool you want to restore, and the number of pool points that you're aiming for ends up being the difficulty number that you're aiming for. So if you want to restore, say, 4 points to his might, you're trying to hit a 4 on that d20, and because you've got the first aid kit, you actually get an asset to it already, so it's easier by 1.
I have a question based on that then. So I have, as an enabler here, good advice. So when I help another character, they gain an additional asset.
Oh, yeah, because you're like the leader type.
And, having been around these people who are more than likely, myself included, I've been hurt a bunch and watched Trash Panda help people. Would I be able to provide him some over-the-shoulder good advice as he's providing this first aid?
Yeah, so whenever you help another character, they gain an additional asset. So normally when you're helping someone, you're getting them an asset as it is. You're extra good at this because you are a leader. So you're actually providing him 2 assets. So the first aid kit actually eases it by 1. So it's going to be eased by 1, and you're getting 2 assets if he does like a healing check on somebody. And you can do a healing check on each person like once, and then it starts getting progressively more difficult if you try to do them on again and again. Like the difficulty goes up by an extra 1 each time.
I'm going to help you triage his wounds from all the bullets.
Right, yeah, he's the only one that's hurt, right? So
yeah,
I guess I would
so.
I think he's the main one that's hurt. Yeah,
I drew all their fire real well.
Yeah. So next to my first aid kit, it's just listed in my equipment as far as I can see.
Yeah, there's nothing special to roll there.
There's
It's just
no-
that it eases it.
Okay. But he'll make the roll, right? Not me.
No, you're going to be making the roll.
Oh.
So you determine.
I'm helping you make the roll.
Yeah, you determine how
Okay.
many points you want to heal on it.
Okay.
And
I don't know how bad he's hurt. What do you need?
I am very hurt, my friend.
Okay.
He's
If I do like a
super
lot, if I want to say like I don't even what's is very like 5 is very like 10.
You guys might have access to it. If you go to that actors directory, do you see the party overview button there?
Yeah. Oh yes, I do.
If you click on that, do you see everybody in there? I forget how I had it set up.
Yeah. I can see that he
There it
is 5. Or no, that's speed. Might would be 6 out of 10, I think.
Yeah,
So,
6
yeah, I
out
would
of
try
10
to-
might, 5 out of 9 speed, and 5 out of 15
Oh.
intelligence.
Oh, okay. You're hit
Woof.
everywhere. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Can I heal anything except like might and speed?
You got to choose one pool at a time.
Okay.
Okay. Then both of those are. What's the most useful to you?
Probably intelligence or speed.
Okay. Then I would want to heal intelligence. And if I wanted to say, I see he's hurt like 10 points in intelligence. If I wanted to say 10.
So
Yeah.
remember, so a difficulty 10 is you need to roll a 30 on a d20.
Oh. Okay,
is
never mind.
the way that math works out. Now, you are, once again, you're easing it by 3 steps because you're getting 2 assets from Akihito and 1 from the thing. So it's like, it would be effectively a difficulty 7, which is still a 21 because you're multiplying by 3 on a 20.
So we won't do 10.
Whatever you feel comfortable with. Like a recovery roll.
I just want to
is
say
cool.
I just want to say 5 to his intelligence then.
Okay, so 5 to his intellect because of the help that you're getting from Akihito
So,
and the
intellect.
thing is only going to be, you're only trying to hit a 2.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So that's just going to be a straight up
higher.
intellect task because I don't think you actually have a skill for healing. You're not trained in it. Per se.
Yeah, I don't see that anywhere.
So
So,
just
that's
straight
what I
up
was looking
intellect
for, like
test.
a die. Okay. Roll.
You hit a 2. That's what you needed. It's a good thing Aki was helping you.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, you would get you get 5 back to your intellect there.
Oh, thanks, you guys are the best. That cured my bullet wound.
And once
Maybe.
again, you've got the recovery rolls if you want to use them, although obviously like getting help through the healing skills better first action.
Yeah. I mean, I have a first aid kit. I have duct tape. I have a bottle of whiskey.
patch me up,
I
duct
don't
tape me
know.
up, dude. I got enough metal in my body already, you know what I'm saying? I'm a techie guy, like...
Sure.
Yeah, Trash Panda is the only person without any cyberware. He has none.
Oh, I'm fully organic.
You're fully organic. Everyone else has got
Maybe
something.
the odd one out.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Originally, the plan was before, all hell broke loose, we were going to load the item up on the drone, right? And then were we all going to leave on the drone and ditch the truck? Or what was the plan originally that we had sussed out for ourselves?
I don't know. What was the plan originally you had sussed out for yourselves, Annette?
Only Vince knew the plan.
Yeah. Vince was like, I've got a plan. I'll let you
I
know
heard that
again.
maybe like 6 times. It was really annoying, and now I regret the relationship altogether. But
I was drinking.
so the drone's big enough for all of us and the package to get on, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if we do that, we'll be able to avoid having to go through any checkpoints or driving a very obtrusive truck up on a scrapyard that's now swarming with gang members.
Awesome.
So that might be the move that I'm going to suggest to the crew. I'm assuming that typically I'm not the one that makes the final call. I would imagine that's our awesome dude here that's receiving phone calls. So I will pitch that to you as what I think is a good idea.
I think that's a very good idea, but I think if we can all get on the drone and still have the very obtrusive truck drive into the scrapyard with none of us in it and just like blow through the checkpoint with brick on the gas pedal, drive the truck through, and then we fly away.
Just hack it right in.
Yeah, just say, oh, that's true. We can hack the truck to drive.
I think I could hack like a predestined GPS route for it to drive in. I think I could do that. I just need to get on the truck.
If we're this far in the future and it doesn't have some kind of self-driving capability, I'm pissed.
Well, we already kind of proved it did. I mean, the hacker tried to take it over, and Annette there, she already had this other mechanical stuff going on in it. So that's brilliant. Yeah. Very much so. You could try to set it up. I'm not even going to make you roll for that because that would be easy mode, especially for sexual healing there. To just set it up, be here's the destination.
If you don't have any qualms about leaving Vince in the front seat.
I do.
With the shattered window.
Whatever's
and his head
left
gone.
of him, yeah, sure.
Well, that's my point, right? So we stole this thing, and if there's people swarming around this, and it's like, oh my god, somebody must have shot this driver, and that's why he's driving through the thing.
It's what Vince would have wanted.
It is weird. I'm going to call you back on the driver's seat then at the appropriate time.
Yeah, well, I figured then, I mean, well, let me ask you this. Do we know the people that potentially are beating up McCready, are they the same people that attacked us, based on this, what I assume, or is it different people?
You don't think so, because if it was the security people, they wouldn't just be beating the hell out of him. He'd be getting arrested and stuff. Whereas it sounded like he was getting beaten on. So you're guessing it's probably other gangers or something?
Great. So now we have somebody else to frame why this truck is crashing through.
Yeah.
We can blame it on security.
They killed Vince.
And then
he was
he
just
drove.
driving to drop it off, and they shot him in the head.
Yeah. Yep. We got wheels turning. We're gonna set up a whole political intrigue behind the scenes while we go fly over and go beat up some people. I like it.
This is very well thought out. I was going to make you guys roll to try and sneak it across, but honestly, like, this is just it's a good plan, all things considered. So yeah, I'm going to say you were easily able to set the truck. It is going to be like exploding at the checkpoint. And because of this, and you've got like this body hanging out the front because, you know, Vince is dead to you. Like, he was just, you loved him while he was alive, but he's gone now. That's the cyberpunk world. You deal with it.
It is. It's done. Yeah.
That's how it rolls. So he's there. The guards are like, there's like all the aerial vehicles that would have been like scanning the area, like immediately head to like the big plume of smoke and explosion and everything. I'm not even going to make you roll at that point. You're going to be able to like fly this drone in like under the cover of this smoke. And I think these days all of us feel this smoke. As you're going through, and you're able to get into the city, no problem. And then you just kind of like meld into the mixture of like there's air traffic and ground traffic, so you're in, no problem.
That's awesome. Question: who would I consider to be like the dead eye in the group? Like if you need someone to make like a hard shot, who's the guy that we go to for that? Out of
Who's
our
our
current
sniper?
Probably Aki, I would say, is the closest. He's the most like weapon heavy warrior of the group, I would say. He's only got a pistol on him right now.
I would say, Aki, do you want this long range railgun I just found? With infinite ammo? I think you should have this.
I'll swap you my pistol for this long range rifle.
Yeah, I mean, by this point, I should probably say the only thing I had close to a firearm is actually a grenade launcher. But
what? You brought a grenade launcher?
I didn't know our. You never know what's gonna come in handy, but
just a casual grenade launcher.
Explosives on the truck.
You can try the request trade, otherwise I can just trade it over for you. But in the lower left-hand corner by the players thing, there's like a request trade button. It's a new thing. I haven't tried to see if it works yet. You can try it if you want. If not, I'll just drag it over for him.
I sent you a trade.
Except,
look at this. This is pretty cool.
Oh, drag the item.
At least in a spectate trade, I can watch you do it.
Okay. Trade success.
Wow, that was cool.
That was actually really neat.
Very, very smooth.
There we go.
Yeah. Long range sniper. I like this silhouette with this sword and the giant sniper rifle off of the suit. We're building a nice image for ourselves.
There we go.
You are the anime main character.
So you bring the drone into the city, but I'm assuming you're not going to just like. Well, I mean, it's up to you, but like there's something going down at the scrapper yard, which is like they call it a yard, but it's almost like it was like an old mechanic shop that had just kind of retooled as their like scrapper's yard, where they tear things apart for money. Where are you parking the drone? Like, are you just like hot dropping into the middle of this, or are you gonna like park it a little bit away and be like, okay, let's sneak in? I don't know with you guys now.
Have we partnered business? Have we done business with McCready before? Like he knows us, he goes to us, and we've been to the scrapyard off and on?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you like he's been someone you've worked with before, probably, to fetch things and stuff.
So do we know the area that he's in well enough to have like a nice strategic area that we know that we can kind of like go in here?
You like say you did like a little like Passover and something like that, so you can kind of see like ahead of you there's a building. It's got like an alleyway on either side. There's an alleyway behind it on the opposite side of you. In front of you is like a chain link fence with like the open parking lot and stuff like that. Although there's no like cars in it at the moment. And then you've got like the big garage door like right there. You can kind of see what like the door icon is like right over there. And and then you can see like there's the main entrance like to the north of you. And then you see as you did like a flyover, you can see there's a couple of people sort of hanging out outside. And then you probably like look in the windows as you go, so whatever you see through the windows too.
I mean, I'm gonna throw it out there. We have to deliver.
Thing here, you'll notice that like we don't have like the abstract ranges we're using. When you move someone, like you can test it out by moving your character if you want or whatever. You'll notice that you snap to certain colored ranges. Blue is immediate, green is short, yellow is long. and stuff like that, and it should auto path you around obstacles. Or actually, I might not have it set for everybody, but you can move yourself around the obstacles. But yeah, this is the drag ruler function. And if it was a gridded system like D&D, it would actually just count the grids for you instead of like being like a ruler like this. Yeah, so this way we know what the ranges are.
So we have to deliver this suit, but like, can we deliver it with somebody in it? Like wearing it in?
I mean, we rode here on like a flying ship. I'm expecting to have that because I'm ramming somebody.
Yeah, I figure, I mean, it needs to get in, but like, somebody could just, I assume, pilot this suit.
Pilot the actual suit, yeah.
And just like use it. It sounds, I mean, we already know it had one railgun. I'm assuming it might have another. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's, especially if somebody is maybe less combat oriented, perhaps a giant mech suit is a better call. Robot suit is the better way to go.
Yeah, McCready can't really say anything because we're using it to save him from being killed. So
exactly.
I feel like that's still
and then
a strong barber.
Proof of concept that the suit works.
Right? It's all part of the sales pitch. Yeah,
it's exactly like you wanted a suit that works.
We might be able to negotiate bonus.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Combat demonstration, exactly.
So is Trash Panda the least combat ready person here, or?
He's got a grenade launcher. I'd say he's pretty combat ready.
Yeah, I would say I'll figure my own things out. I feel like you're the vehicle person, so I feel like you actually should.
Yeah.
Assuming the suit counts as that, I think it'd be best if you had it. Yeah.
Ooh, does the suit count as piloting a vehicle?
If it doesn't, it would be computers then. In which case, maybe I should take it.
Yes.
It's sort of it's more like, think of like the type of suit you saw in like Edge of Tomorrow or something like that. It's really just sort of enhancing your normal physical movement.
Okay.
So it's like an exosuit.
And it's a very, very solid armor. Although it looks like it's because of the joints, it's very easy to move in armor. Because now I'll explain the next feature as well of how armor works. So in your section, if you have armor on, armor has two ratings to it. It has a rating and a cost. The rating is how much it reduces incoming damage by, assuming it's not like poison or something like that would bypass it. The cost only applies if you're spending effort on speed rolls, like if you're dodging or something, it will cost you extra points if you're spending effort. So basically, if you really want to like dodge really well, but you're wearing bulky, heavy armor, a lot of times it'll cost you more to dodge that really well. You're thinking with this suit, however, with its servo mechanical joints and everything, it's very, very heavy armor, but it's not going to impact you very much at all.
But do you still need to be practiced with the armor?
I'm going to say no in this case. It's meant that anyone can wear it.
Ooh, rad.
We definitely got to give it to my man Brick.
Put the tuxedo on. Let's go.
Yeah, 100%. We just throw him in there. We probably don't even need the rest of
it. Say now he's got the legs too.
Yeah. Well, what if Jax had a power armor suit?
We can determine that right now. Actually, I vote for Brick in the suit too.
Down. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, Brick would be a tank. So Brick already has a native armor of 3 without any cost because of your subdermal armor and resilience. So it will stack on them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's okay to skip leg day in the future. Okay.
Robo leg day.
I don't think I've seen armor this high. Okay, especially at tier 1. So your armor rating is 9 right now.
Well, we know who's
that means
going in.
Someone would have to roll like a 27 to hit him, right?
No, like any damage he takes gets reduced by the armor. So like, you gotta hit him for like 10 or use armor piercing rounds on this guy. My man's got God mode.
Higher the level like some of the higher level monsters, well, in this case, bad guys, might still be able to damage him, but they're going to either have to work to get, like, he's just scary. He's just scary.
All right. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind, though, is that our computer-focused people need to make sure that Brick doesn't, like, get hacked and then kill us all.
So I was going to say, I have this handy-dandy ability here. Can I what is it? Is it alt click to put it in there?
There
Can
you go,
I
you got
like,
it.
cause it's a fancy suit, right? Can I like hack the suit to like get like a grip on the security systems of the suit so that I can maybe like, you know, improve my ability to defend from electronic warfare, because that's my thing, right?
Oh,
Like,
you're trying to do like a stabilization or a hardening for the programming.
If I can amp up their security, because I'm a hacker, man's right, and I'm good at it.
Yeah, you do the hack the impossible. You spend a 3 intellect. It's not going to need a task roll with it. In this case, because it's not being opposed by anything, and basically he's just going to have an asset on resisting being hacked for like the suit and stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right. The planning is going. The planning is going. I was hoping to get some kills, but I'm getting a little worried now.
You put me as the leader here. We're planning. We are in planning mode.
Okay, so do we know what gangers? So we've worked with McCready before. Who we are. I assume we might know what group could have beef with him and be trying to make a move on him at this moment.
You might have an inkling of it. You know, I am going to make you roll an intellect task for this one to suss it out, because you know it could be one of a few. But hey, like maybe you could put the clue.
I keep forgetting that I'm clever, but I have an inability on lore knowledge and understanding.
Oh no.
I'm a special kind of clever.
Is there a way that I can help with this somehow? I am trained in identifying people and stuff.
You might be better the one to make the roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I could just shoot that skill roll right here.
Yeah, you can do that like as you pass through, because you see a couple of them outside, so you can kind of like see the gang colors and stuff like that.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna say that's enough. It's not a very high difficulty in this case, which I probably should have mentioned ahead of time. But I'm rubbish at this. I suck at this. Why Monte Games trust me? I don't know. But I'm going to say with the gang colors, you see, you know, it's a gang called the Technocracy. They're a pretty heavily like cybered up gang, all things considered. You know that they like the minions or whatnot. It's a requirement to have at least some combat cyberware installed, and there's quite a few people that go probably a little extra on it as well.
Well, we're going pretty extra with today. So. Cool. Only other thing that comes to mind is that my guy Trash Panda here is supposed to be very stealthy and like sneaky. Is there a way that I could like peer in a window at the very least, or maybe try to I'm taking a closer look at the map here. I guess try to go maybe on the left side of whatever's on the other side of this building.
Well, that depends on what you're doing with the drone, because I still don't know if you guys are just like plummeting in the middle or what's going on.
Are we just hovering in the street right now?
Yeah, you're just like you're doing laps, I'm assuming.
If Brooks got the power, I could like draw them out with the drone. Like, so the seat's on the top, right? So if they're trying to shoot at me, they got to shoot at me from below. So I'm probably pretty well protected. I can just like fly around.
Either operate the drone remotely. I would allow you to actually, you specifically, Sexual Healing, to operate it remotely, or either you or Annette can just operate it. Actually, Annette's probably better when flying it directly because you're actually piloting it. Whereas if you're operating it like via remote, like a normal drone, then and you can do so from like probably up to like a kilometer away, maybe a couple of kilometers, miles. I don't remember how big miles are. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's anywhere within the general area, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I feel like between either remote piloting this drone, whether it's to distract, or actual piloting, or whatever, to possibly just like, we're really good at crashing stuff into stuff, as we've established already.
I also have a pretty powerful explosive that I've been waiting to utilize.
Same, actually.
Okay. We're chock full of explosives. Yeah.
How much do we care about this drone? Does Sexual Healing own the drone? Is it his personal drone? Does he care about it? Can we load this thing up with C4 and just send it in?
I don't know. Whose drone is it? Is it McCready's drone? Is it Sexual Healing's drone? I'll let you decide, Sexual Healing.
Ooh, I feel like it's probably his own drone. It's like his personal, like it's all customized and stuff. It's got like stickers and crap on the side. Like it's beat the hell up, jury rig together. You know what I mean?
Martini bar or something like that, or a little disco ball pops up and you put it into like love mode.
Yeah.
Okay, well, could the drone potentially drop an explosive from the air onto these guys?
I could pilot it, get on top, drop the drone,
throw
it over the top, right? Because I can pilot it and be on it.
I mean, I feel like unexpected explosions, as we've established earlier, are a great cover to get what you want. Then we have a literal tank of a man who can just run in and just beat on these people. We've got apparently even more explosives. Stealthy grenade launcher guy. I mean, I feel like we're in a good spot.
Can I just tell you guys what my cipher is? Because this seems...
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. I'd love to hear this.
Yeah, so... I would only really notice this halfway through the combat. Otherwise, I would have used it immediately before, I think. It's called Detonation Singularity. And I can project a small physical explosive up to a long distance away that explodes and creates a momentary singularity that tears at the fabric of the universe, inflicts 20 points of damage to all within short range, drawing them or their remains together to immediate range if possible. Player characters in the radius who fail at a might defense roll move down one step on their damage track. But yeah, it sounds like just like tiny black hole kind of.
Yeah, well, you've been just
Casually doesn't need cyberware. He can rip the laws of fabric.
I don't know how I'm doing this.
So
and also just. I was gonna say I also don't know how to use the Cypher thing effectively. Just so I don't know if this is super risky for me to use. It's level 10. I don't know what that means.
But yeah,
you have like
effective.
a regular grenade or something, Jess.
So higher
my
level Cypher, the
explosive is
better.
not
For
nearly
sure.
as powerful as his. I thought it was powerful until I heard that. It's still pretty good. It's level 8 matter disruption, but it is no black hole creator. But it
I
is
mean, matter disruption. I think we're in the same ballpark at least. Like,
This is what I get for randomly rolling the ciphers too.
Yeah, everybody got something insane. I have something pretty crazy.
All right.
I mean,
all right.
foam canister was a great move.
it did everything we needed it to do.
I was gonna say matter disruption, black hole singularity creation. I mean, I feel like you place that around that garage door, and like that garage door is gone.
Yeah.
Stuff like
it
that.
also might kill McCready and our allies. That's also
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
What if we didn't
money.
What if we had sexual healing drop my baby bomb on the 2 scrubs that are in there, right? It draws out more people after a few moments. Then we drop the singularity on them. Then immediately, as soon as it's safe, we send in the Juggernaut, and he just we follow behind him.
Yeah, and I could just use this railgun and pick off people.
And you rail
as they come out.
I'll drop the bombs, distract them. When they come out to get me, I'll just fly away, and you guys just open fire. I love it.
Yes.
I feel like this is going to be a shorter session than I thought it was going to be.
I was about to say, now if anything, we've been standing in the street for way too long, rambling this plan to ourselves. One of these guards has got to be suspicious.
We're flying around on
doing
a drone.
passes, like,
We're around the block? Okay.
Yeah.
We're on a drone.
We're all on the drone right now, just chilling. Go for a little fly.
Having a picnic.
This is why
people with
McCready
drones
hires us, because we get the job done. And sometimes our teammates are expendable. Sorry, Vince.
Well, then, so I see a plan beginning to form here, and that's what Cypher is about. It's all about the rule of cool. Like let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so to sort of figure out the plan to get it straight here, you are. I think you're kind of sounds like you're staying on the drone here for the most part. I will also set expectations. One other thing, because I forgot to mention this for Brick, is the exo suit thing that you're wearing or whatever. Protects you not only from like incoming bullet damage or anything, but the armor applies to fall damage in this case as well. So as long as you're not falling from really high up, you can hot drop probably off the drone.
You're bomb number 3.
Go, Brick! I choose you. So it sounds like you're all staying on the drone, and we're starting out with the baby bomb. I don't know if I like that name, but we're going with it. First, dropping it, you're exploding it, seeing if you can get 1 or 2 people out of it, and then seeing if you can get some people outside. And then we got Aki dropping like that thing to try and take more people out, and then you're going to go in and try to clean up.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
That's a great plan.
I like it. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna sort of just like bring you guys, like, you're here, but you're high up.
High enough up that we won't be affected by either of our bombs.
You're probably higher than that, but I'll just put this just to remind me that you guys are like in the air. That type of thing. Okay, so you guys are like flying up. So Annette, now these people they're pretty far apart.
Far apart, yeah.
So it only explodes in what, an immediate range? Does
Yeah,
it say?
so it's only gonna get one of the dudes.
Okay, so it's only gonna be like that big, basically. I think you can see that template.
Yeah.
So which one of these people do you think you want to aim for there?
Well, I can read their names, so I know which one I want to, but my character doesn't know their names. Now, question. They are a gang. Now, I have cybernetic eyes that allow me to see like real fine details super far.
That's right, yes.
They are part of a gang who is really into technology and such. Does the gang happen to have any symbols or anything that would indicate like I'm super great at hacking, I'm this kind of person, like something like that? Like, is there like hacker cred badges?
Okay,
or tags?
I'm gonna give it to you like the general ganger. They're probably just like cybered up and they have more weaponry. Whereas like I'm gonna say the hacker, he's probably got a similar like board thing that like what Sexual Healing has that helps him like hack a little bit faster, like a portable deck type thing. So you're in being hacker, like they're wearing like the long trench coat and stuff like that. They just look like, like 90s hacker.
Sunglasses,
Sunglasses, yeah. Hack the planet like on a t-shirt.
He's
actively riding a skateboard.
Yeah.
Everybody looks like Neo with a dual disc.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, then I'm gonna drop my bomb on the more Neo looking one.
Okay. All right. So like right there in like the by the like front doors of the building type.
Yes. Just a good knock.
Okay, great. So I would like I'm still gonna make your roll for this. I'm gonna say it's a speed task to try to sort of just like aim it in the right direction, because you guys are like, you're zooming around, you're floating around, it's windy. You're not like used to dropping bombs on people this way, so I'm still gonna make it a speed task, please.
Okay, cool. I was trying to see if I had anything to haggle with, but it looks like
things it drives.
Okay. Roll.
Yes.
No, so I'm gonna use an experience points to reroll that.
I don't want you to. Yeah. All right.
It's way too important to let you kill me and my friends. Okay,
I
so
had one plan too. It's gonna be a gust of wind, like coming up, like it's coming back, guys.
Okay, so do I just roll this?
There's a little button right on the chat there, like right on the GM intrusion on the right hand side there. It's hard to see, but there's a little like D20 button.
Okay, there we go. Yep, roll.
But yeah, it's still so that would still be a 4. So difficulty 4. What is he? That is enough. Yeah. How much damage does that do again? Where's your thing?
Let me see here. Effects. Projects a small physical explosive up to a long distance away that explodes in an immediate radius, releasing nanites that rearrange matter in random ways. Inflict damage equal to the Cypher's level, which is 8.
Oh, I think that one's from
So I'm really
Numenera.
stirring them up pretty nicely.
Yeah, I think that one's from Numenera. All right. Yeah. Okay. So he's just done. He's just done.
He just goes through every anamorphic transformation and dies.
And you also take out. And, I'm gonna delete some walls here and say like.
Oh yeah, it's a matter disruption.
So describe to me what happened. You threw this matter disruption thing down.
I throw this matter disruption thing down and nothing happens for a second, but then there's just like this piercing sound and this swirling cloud of gray up his body, and he just kind of turns into hot soup all around, and so do the walls. So it's a messy
Chicken
situation.
noodle.
I feel like it's like Ark
It
of
is
the
not.
Covenant opening
Ew.
thing. Like, okay, yeah, that's gonna trigger some people. So give me 1 second here. Let me add
I'm gonna
these
guess the
guys.
other person here in the front parking area is gonna be a little thrown off by watching the walls and her ally turn to soup.
Okay, so let's do the initiative thing again. So I'm gonna need everyone to do their initiative skill for me, please. And to clue you in on how initiative is working is what you're actually doing is you're actually rolling against the levels of the bad guys to determine where you are in the initiative normally. So in Foundry, they just kind of place you as if you were rolling in D&D, like what you get is where you are, stuff like that. But normally at the table, what you're doing is it's a check against the difficulty of the level of the bad guys. So if it's a level 5 bad guy, you're trying to beat that level 5 to get past him, for example.
I have a question. So does a natural 20 on initiative do anything good for me?
Yeah, you just got a major effect. Okay, cool. You're right today, guys. Come on. Okay, so major effects can be anything from like entire extra actions. You found something really cool, like it's a major effect. Before I make any suggestions, do you have any ideas of something cool that you think Aki would be getting in this situation at the beginning of combat?
Oh my god, I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. What do I have in here that's nonsense that we could do? No, I don't. I will take suggestions at this point.
Okay.
I was not expecting that, and then,
Well, how about this?
here we go.
Aki, you're a natural born leader, as well as being
Sure.
this like ex-corpo warrior and stuff like this. Now you know that Trash Panda is about to make like a very important bomb drop. You could act as sort of like his scout or spotter, and since you're very good at leading, you'd be giving him multiple assets in this case. So you were able to sort of like use that immediately. And I'm going to say normally you would provide him 2 assets. It's a major effect. Normally we're going to modify that by 2. So if you want to spend your turn, because you're going to be going first, if you want to spend your turn also helping him, he's going to be getting, I can't believe I'm going to say this, 2 assets, and he's going to ease it by 2 when he drops.
Yeah, let's do that. I would love to do that. That's the singularity sounds like.
Yeah, I would love not to screw up the singularity roll. So
yeah. So I'm gonna assist my good buddy Trash Panda with his secret black hole ability. The only guy without cybernetics also makes
you never know
black
what you're gonna
holes.
find in the trash. Yep.
Well, he doesn't have cybernetics. He doesn't need him.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so you're acting as like a spotter and like guiding him up. Like I almost feel like it's just like scene from Ghost. Like you're behind him, like gently guiding him to drop it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, okay. So that would have been your turn. Is you're providing a massive amount of help thanks to your major effect there.
Come on out. There's a black hole just for you.
Opens the big garage
Yeah,
door.
please.
It's totally safe.
Here.
He comes out wondering what the hell's going on. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's probably coming out to about here. This guy is massive. Like he's almost 9 feet tall. Pure muscle type of thing. Picture form type thing.
Whoa.
So like
that's so
Cool.
he comes out just like he is tech head to toe, like borderline crazy cyber. I don't know. But like he's very, very inhuman at this point, and you're guessing he's probably top tier in this gang.
Definitely black hole worthy.
Yeah, prime target to be ripped in space and time.
Chad, you vote for TPK? I don't even know if the bad guys are going to get to do anything. Yeah.
I would like to re-roll their TPK into TPKing chat. Get wrecked. We win.
You guys are off. Stop streaming.
Yeah,
so
we just continue
the guy
to game
comes
ourselves.
out. I'm gonna say like he's not understanding what's going on at first. He comes out. He sees like the building's been
soup.
not exploded but rearranged in horrifying manners, and it takes him a second. He eventually does look up and see this like drone hovering over top as the only thing around, but that's his turn because he's just like, what? Damn you! Why you guys got a plan? Should have newbies do this. Rick.
All right, since I figure he's gonna be the one that gets bombed. How big is the bomb so I can get out of the range?
So it says it's I can fire it up to a long distance away, but it explodes. But he's pretty close. It explodes. Yeah, short range.
Oh, okay. Here, let me make a thing for it. So you can actually
Something that would
1 second
hit him and not our drone.
Distance.
I guess we're above it. Yeah.
Okay. That bubble is short range.
Whoa. Well, hang on. I feel like the height of that would reach us. Am I
No,
right?
we're
You'd
good.
actually
It's like
just-
15 high.
You just be beyond
15?
it. Yeah, like you're at, if you're at say
Okay.
20 meters, short range is a 15
God.
foot or 15 meter radius.
Yeah.
Angle that we could take the door, the walls down, like.
Well, yeah. I mean, we see that other guy inside there. I'm a little afraid of how far we want to go into where we can't see, or like, are we just going to completely, vaporize McCready as well by accident here?
Not getting vaporize McCready.
Guess we keep the power. in there.
Throw it over there, but you bring up a good point. We might vaporize the guy paying us.
Yeah, because I'm going before you.
But yeah, what do you want to do, Brick? Yeah, it's
Yeah. So now you know, and knowing is a bad battle.
is most of the battle right here.
Yeah. So, like, if we were gonna nuke this guy, my idea was to hot drop on civilized Ganger and pretty much squash her.
I mean, you can always prepare to do that. So the equivalent of like a D&D, like hold your action type of thing.
Okay, cool.
You can always like prepare to do that. There is a list of combat actions, but like I said, it's like we're kind of just ad-libbing this as we go.
All right.
But it does have the
actually,
equivalent.
if that's the case, I will hold action, and then after the nuke drops, I'll hot drop on Big Boy in case he's still standing.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, Cypher has a lot of interesting combat actions. Some of the ones I wish were in D&D that I kind of want to like transfer over, for example, is like draw the attack or take the attack, where you can like choose to like take it for somebody, like the dramatic like jump in front, like, oh no, Mr. President. So like, yeah.
I love that one.
All right, so Brick, you're kind of on pause for a moment as you're waiting to see what happens, and then you like maybe drop on the big guy if he makes it.
I'm like a football player on the front line right now, just ready to go.
Sexual healing.
I feel like this is probably the time to use it right before the big bomb goes down on the boss. Maybe I'll use this. Yeah.
Why did I give you that one? That's like BHG's
I don't know. Why did you
favorite
give me
cipher.
this? Yeah. I seen it in my
Okay.
ciphers and I was like, did Ked not read what he gave me?
Yeah. Okay. So a
on the
creature
boss.
that's one level above the strongest NPC in the current scene. He's a 6. That means you get a 7. I don't know if I have something that's a 7. We are going to 1 second. I got an idea.
Yeah, take it away because I don't know Cyberpunk that well. So
A bigger, badder drone. Yep.
yeah, right. I was gonna use that maybe if the drone went down in the first act there. I was gonna use this to maybe summon a second drone possibly, but
This is going swimmingly.
Okay, so as you're getting ready to drop this stuff in, I'm gonna say like this cipher in this case wasn't so much like a physical thing so much. Actually, I think it's a subtle cipher. Anyways, yeah, it's a subtle cipher.
it is.
Which I'll explain to you guys. Ciphers come in multiple flavors. There's the manifest ones that might be a physical thing, like a hypo spray or a magical scroll or something like that. There's subtle ciphers, which are more like bits of luck or pushing your willpower or something like this. There's also other types like fantastical ciphers, like which are like, summoning a werewolf. It meant more obviously for like the magical heavy if you're doing fantasy or something. This is subtle, which means that it's not a physical thing that he has. It's something that he can do or luck or something like this. I'm going to say this is like calling in a favor. So you're like, 1 second, oh, we might need backup. And you're like, hey, Bruce. And he's like the gang or boss of like another nearby gang.
I tell them that these guys are their rivals, and I'm like, hey, yo, we're hitting these guys real hard. Like, we're getting paid triple money for this, bro. Like, hit me with some backup. I'll send you a bit of love. You know what I'm saying, brother? Like, drop a mech for me, dog.
He shows up there at the gate and riding on a motorcycle. And there's another guy. He's like He's this guy's brother that hates him. So he's like the brother of the lead ganger guy. He just comes in, he's like, I thought I'd find you. And he's on your side, I guess.
So you also said that the ganger boss is like 90% robot or whatever. Does that mean he's ripe for the hacking?
Yes, Platt, it does.
I would like to hack him somehow.
Reading that Cypher, doesn't it not attack too? It says it attacks a single
attack right away.
it appears.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Attacks a single creature as it appears.
Attacks a single creature. Oh my gosh.
He's doing a drive-by, pulls up on the motorcycle with like a double barrel and just like fires into the parking lot. Like,
all right. So he would. Let's do that. Yeah, he's gonna come in. He does have ranged attacks. So yeah, he just like rides up on a motorcycle right here. Actually, doesn't even need to get quite that close. He's still like basically out at the street. And he's gonna he fires at his bro, which is weaker than he is, dealing a significant like chunk off of this boss guy's health.
Yeah, I would like to use my scramble machine, I guess, on the ganger boss to try and immobilize him so that it's easier to like hit him with the singularity bomb.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You're gonna be rolling your your computer use?
Computer use, yeah. So be
I'm going to let you know now he is very difficult. Like, he's got top tier military cyberware. It is very difficult to hack into this. Like, extraordinary.
Does a 7 beat it?
Does not.
Whoa! Oh, wow. Well, I have XP, so I mean, you know, it's all right. Well, whatever. It's fine. Doesn't matter anyways.
You're trying to get through, and it's just like, you just get the, like, I didn't say the magic word.
Yeah, like, I'm getting, like, errors. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Some mil-spec stuff? What? I've never seen this before. Brick, kill him for me. Jump on his head. Goomba stomp him.
Try as you might, you can't get past his security codes. His level of hardening in that cyberware is good. He's to let you guys know the mechanics because we're teaching here. He's a level 6 creature, but he has a modification that anything trying to hack his cyberware is treated as 2 levels higher. So he's considered a level 8 creature when it comes to things like hacking attempts. A bunch of gangers.
Come on out.
Welcome.
Yeah, they like through the like the weird matter. I'm gonna say like they're probably like about here. As these like people like come out, and I can't in good conscience say they just like fire randomly into the sky, because like you walk through like whatever mutation happened at the front of the building, you're just gonna be like, so
there's also a dude across the parking lot on a bike shooting like into the parking lot, like he's at eye level, right?
That's true. I would say that they would fire back at the even bigger ganger boss, but because of the sheer difference in level and his armor and everything, it's just like pinging off of him like they're shooting at Superman. So they're firing at your like bigger fish. Does nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nice.
Lawful Psycho. So you get another guy coming out. So this is a guy, he's armed with nothing but a baseball bat, but he does seem to be cybered out. And he moves out extraordinarily quickly. Actually, he's able to like run all the way up to this guy, just start like wailing on him with this baseball bat. Does nothing once again. Because I gave you a bad Cypher.
Bad for you.
I would disagree with that. Awesome.
Okay.
Here we go.
Panda.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Where would you like to drop this sucker?
Let me see that short range radius again.
Oh Jesus!
Because I don't want to kill our big bro.
Well, he just turns into a normal dude, right?
It says he's not immediately hostile to us, but he might turn hostile. But Ked did say he would. I called up a favor from a bro, so.
Yeah,
fair.
but that doesn't mean he won't turn on you afterwards.
Yeah.
I did say I'd cut him in on some of the loot. That'll come out of my share.
We'll see.
But so would it be? It would be bad to include him in this bomb, right?
I might make him hostile towards us.
Or do we now take out the heads of 2 gang bosses?
Do what your heart tells you.
Potentially, I mean, like we are showing our hand right now that like we're top tier, and we're like, hey, guess what? The 2 other biggest gang bosses, nothing on us.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch who you roll
So,
on. That's what I'm
knowing
saying.
what we're about to do, I would like you to keep in mind this is apparently the intro to the anime Akira.
Pull the
Yeah,
trigger.
I think we can because also we're taking out a chunk of that building right now that can't see quite what's happening in there. So I would like to drop the circle a little bit so it will get the new guy on the
If you
motorcycle.
click and
Unfortunately,
hold down the button, it should ping on the map where you would like to put it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I guess just a little lower,
Like so like there.
like the center of the circle, like there. Yeah. So
Okay.
we're still getting this guy way over here.
All
We
right.
got all these people who just ran out. Baseball bat guy. I respect baseball bat guy, by the way, because I also carry a baseball bat. But yeah, right now I take out what I want to imagine looks like just a large marble, kind of. But you can tell it's some technological device. It's not just like a pure glassy sphere or anything. And I put it in this like cruddy homemade slingshot that's really just like a ruler taped to, oh man, I don't even know. Like just like a couple crushed up cans that I had duct taped together. Like it's just a mess. And I just give it my best ping, like almost right below me, I guess.
Yeah, so you see
And,
Trash Panda just throwing
hope
what
for the
looks
best.
like garbage, like over the. It's like, are you just getting rid of it? That's littering.
Just emptying my pockets.
Look, I know we do a lot of illegal stuff, but we all gotta live here, man. Come on.
And it's a singularity, so it's not an explosion per se. As you just see that,
No.
like, and then all of a sudden it just like collapses, and there's just a sphere, empty sphere of like. Or like hemisphere, I guess, because it was mostly the ground, but like where it hit, and it's just like a crater. There's just a giant crater.
Yeah, like some sewage pipes now like pouring into it.
You're dead.
It smells
You're
real
dead.
bad now. All of a sudden.
You're dead.
Yeah.
You're
How much was the
dead.
damage on the singularity?
20.
20?
20.
Oh God.
And because the boss was softened up a little bit, he insta died. Your guy is
Okay.
still up.
Wow.
Your friend.
That guy's tough.
Wow. There's one bad guy left on the map. We're gonna exit combat here for a moment because this happened.
We got you, Creedy. We got you.
You just missed hitting him with it.
Oh my god, amazing.
So let me,
Wow.
let me
Good thing you
configure-
dropped it.
Yeah, so it's worth sacrificing a chunk of that guy's health, I guess.
Yeah, you should be able to see the entire map now, I think. Because like the one ganger that's left, she just leaves. She just books it. Like she something bad happens, she just leaves. Yeah, the like McCready was like one of these two that's in the back here. Like the north room. You like that cardboard box that's just south of him is where it ended.
Wow.
Almost falls into the pit created. Yeah.
Yeah.
Down the difference. Wow.
So that like the majority of the shop is gone. Like the scrapyard is done. It's gone. It's not a building anymore. It's a swimming pool. And you've killed all of them. The even bigger ganger boss. I'm actually going to say like he actually like screws
That's
off.
his
He's like,
motorcycle.
"Oh, God."
Yeah.
Like most of his armor plating is gone. Like one of his arms is gone, and he's just like, goes to take ride the bike away, but realize most of the parts are gone, so he just books it into a back alley.
Awesome. That was for Vince.
That was not how I expected the second map to go. I love it. I was like, I had this like cool like mounted turret thing, and like, oh, someone's gonna use that. Did not. Need to.
Oh.
I would have.
Yeah. So you guys get in. You're able to like free McCready and everything, and like, so Brick, you you're wearing this suit. You were ready for some
Oh,
for a
sorry,
tussle.
Frank.
I'm doing the Michael Cera walk. He's just looking down all sad.
Chase after the last person who ran away.
Yeah.
You can definitely catch her.
McCready, he's just looking around. He's like, all right, what did you just do to my bloody shop?
Well, we saved your life.
Okay. Granted, you saved me life.
And we brought you the package.
You killed me livelihood.
You can buy like 6 livelihoods with this thing.
I mean, weren't those gangers gonna kill you? Like, so at least you have a livelihood?
He's looking around. He's like, where's the package? And then he looks up at Brick and he goes,
Oh, yeah.
oh, shit. Are you wearing it?
Well, yeah. The whole idea was, we come in, bust in, save you.
It
We got the
bonds
busting
to
and saving you
its
part off.
users, you fucking, oh my gosh. It's one use.
Well, I guess I'll be going now.
Like the Hulk sad music plays as it goes in the-
Yeah.
So with that, destroying McCready's place, but saving his life, you're unable to deliver the package because you have indeed used it, and it bonds to its user permanently from that point on. Maybe in the future you'll strike something, but I feel like something has happened in the neighborhood as you scared one gang leader, took out another gang leader, and you do hear the sirens in the background as like all the Ultramax forces are coming to see why a black hole appeared in the middle of a megacity.
We should
That
probably-
is, I think, where we're going to leave it for tonight.